Hello world, and thank you for having me. So, I've been watching some TikToks, and ultimately, a lot of like relationship stuff, advice, cheating things, stuff like that, to help you cope and get through. Before I even dive into that, the nostalgic song of the day is Alanis Morissette, Thank You. Great song. She has an incredible voice, even to this day. She still sounds amazing. But why I'm here is to combat a little bit of the good advice that, yes, is being passed around, from friends, from loved ones. A lot of times people are quick to tell you, after a breakup or something, or maybe you're just down on yourself because, you haven't found somebody, you've been single for, you think, too long. So my thing is, yes, that's wonderful. You may very well find somebody. You may find somebody, and I hope you do. I hope you find somebody wonderful who treats you great. You deserve it. Everyone deserves it. And it ends happily ever after, forever. And I that's what I hope for. I hope everybody finds their person and that they treat them great and you guys have a happy union. Well, I also wanted to give some advice to people out there, because let's say you're single, you feel like you've been single too long, you just can't meet anybody decent, or somebody, I don't even say that, somebody compatible with you. I think the truly hard part is finding somebody that you're compatible with. That's the ticket. And that's really hard. But yes, you may find somebody, but you also may not. You may not find anybody. Very well may be single forever. That's possible. And I know that sounds so, why would you say that? I don't look at that as being negative, but I look at it as accept that possibility and learn to be comfortable with that. Learn to be comfortable with the fact that maybe, just maybe, you are designed to be single forever. And that's not a bad thing. Maybe, just maybe, there's nobody out there that harmonizes with you perfectly. Maybe if you were to find somebody, it would constantly be a struggle and a mismatch, and you would be fighting to make it work for the rest of your life, in which case that's mentally taxing and draining on you. So I say, maybe you won't find anybody, and maybe you're designed to just be alone. There's nothing wrong with that, because recently a friend of mine was going through a breakup, and we were advising, some advice was, you will find somebody. And then I said, you know what, maybe you won't though. Maybe you will, but maybe you won't. And that's okay. Are you going to be okay with the fact that it never happens? Because I'm kind of a negative Nancy, Debbie Downer pessimist, but also I'm very realistic in that I want to be prepared for, yes, the worst that could happen. But before that happens, I just want to accept that the worst may happen, which really might not be the worst thing. It might be the best thing for you. My whole point with this is that I think we're setting people up for all this hopeful dreaming, because ultimately what we all want is that wonderful rare scenario, that wonderful situation where it's just perfect. You guys just have this passion for each other, finish each other's sentences, and still are infatuated with each other even decades after the initial union. And it's always wonderful and stays fresh. That's rare. That's one of those rare situations. Can it happen? Sure. But it's rare, and I think the more we hope for that, the more that we get disappointed when it doesn't happen. Some of us benefit from advice of always look on the bright side, and some of us, like me, to give me good advice, I need to prepare for what's realistic. And what might be realistic is, you may never find somebody. Are you going to be okay with that? Yes, I'm okay with that. It may work out, you may meet somebody, and you may not. You may be single forever. First off, don't ever change to accommodate somebody else. Somebody may want you, but you're not, adventurous enough, or, you're too adventurous. My point is, do not change for anybody. Don't accommodate anybody else. Be yourself. Either you will attract somebody who's just like you or loves the way you are, or you will not. But my point is, I just believe in authenticity and being genuine and being yourself. Even if you don't always get exactly what you want, maybe you get exactly what you need, which is solitude. And that's a beautiful thing too. Do I look at people in relationships and think, oh, that's so cute, that's sweet, I want that? Sure, but everything looks glamorous to outsiders. We don't know what goes on in that relationship. You don't know what they have behind closed doors. But my point is, always be yourself. If you find somebody great, if you don't, that's okay too. Just don't compromise, and don't compromise who you are. Don't compromise your standards. Hello. Never settle. And if you never find anybody, fine. But at least you don't have anybody to answer to, have anybody to accommodate. I'm not trying to say all this to everyone go be single. I'm saying that maybe you will be single, and that's okay. Learn to find peace and comfort in just being alone, because there are a lot of perks. There's a lot of perks to being with somebody, but there's a lot of perks to not as well. So I know it's a long rant. It's just reiterating common knowledge that we all know. But I just think it needs to be out there. Yeah, maybe you'll find somebody. Yes, maybe you won't. And that's okay too. Maybe you'll never have kids. Well, you can cherish other people's kids and spoil them. Maybe you'll only just ever have buddies and friends your whole life. Well, you know what? Cherish those relationships and nurture those. Good luck out there. Happy hunting. Or happy solitude.